Hello, EDUC 713. Welcome to Module 1, and I want to go over the syllabus for you and a few details about the assignment, as well as talk about Moodle. But before I do that, I want to make sure that you are aware of this tool that I'm using right here to create this video, and it's called Screencast-O-Matic. It is free, at least for 15 minutes of recording, and after that I think you have to pay. I use this all the time whenever I want to create tutorials and explain something to someone. You can easily send projects via email because you can upload to YouTube and send the link. But the greatest use that I have found for this is when I have a substitute teacher, and if there's something technology-based that I want to explain or review with students, I simply create a video and leave that for the sub to show, and it works out really pretty well. There are other choices out there, but Screencast-O-Matic is what I tend to use when I'm on my computer or laptop situation. All right, so first I want to go over the syllabus, and you will find that in Moodle. You'll note that I have called it Hill Updated Resources because I went through and all the things that you'll be reading in this course are 2014 or even newer than that. So this is 2 credits, and it is for your licensure. Your copy of the syllabus includes my phone number, but I realized I probably don't want that available on YouTube. So feel free to call me, text me, or send me an email if you have any questions. This class meets online, and it's going to run Tuesday, July 24th. Please note that all assignments for the first module are due on that day, with the exception of the discussion posts. We want to be in compliance with Bethel's policies, and they've decided that only the initial post should be due that first day. That gives people time to read those posts and then respond within the next week to others. This class will end 4 weeks later on Tuesday, August 14th. Good news for you, there is no textbook required for this class, and one of the reasons for that is that the publishing process takes so long that by the time you publish a book about technology, it is likely already outdated, and so we've chosen to use articles instead. Those are the prerequisites for the course. And as I've mentioned, this is a licensure program for teachers of computers, keyboarding, and related technology applications. All right, the standards in this course are based on the Minnesota Board of Teaching Standards, but also the ISTE standards, which are the National Educational Standards for Educators. ISTE has recently updated their standards for all different categories of educators, from teachers to students to instructional coaches and administrators, but they are a great guiding principle for what we do in our courses. So first we have the Minnesota standards that this course is based on, the outcomes that you need to have if you're going to be licensed in the area of keyboarding and related computer applications. And here are our ISTE standards that are included in this course. You'll notice throughout the syllabus, anytime you see bolded information in a parenthesis, that indicates that it is an ISTE standard that we are working towards. So this is a 4-week course using Moodle, and it is preloaded. So again, all your first module assignments are due on that first day of class. If you need to talk to me, I'm available via phone, Google Chat, Google Hangouts, Skype, however you need to get a hold of me. I want to provide a screencast at the opening of each module so you're clear on what the assignments are for the module, and it'll give me a chance to explain what is required for you. These are the different technology that is required for this class. It is fairly basic: high-speed internet connectivity, Windows or Macintosh, and then a current web browser. I think Google is really helpful for this class, Google Chrome. The grading scale, I believe, is Bethel wide, and so this is the one I was given for this class. And the breakdown of the grading: assignments 35%, discussion board posts 30%, and your final project is 35%. Okay. This is some details about what's required for the discussion forum. Since we are an asynchronous online class, I think the discussion forum is really important because we don't have the luxury of all sitting together in a classroom and discussing the content that we're unpacking. I want to point out this paragraph here that says each discussion question is worth 10 points unless otherwise noted. A minimum of 2 posts will be required for each question. One must be a unique thought on a topic, and the other must be a response to another student's post. Please keep all discussion posts to 2 paragraphs unless otherwise noted. I think it's really important that you offer something that's both substantial and succinct. Please stay away from quick responses that simply say, I agree, or I really liked when you said, and then you just simply restate what the other person has said. We want to keep this stimulating and substantial conversation, drawing upon the intellectual conversation that's generated on Moodle. So please be thoughtful and substantial in your responses. This schedule is important because we are preloaded, because we are online, and because it's such a quick time frame. So our first module ends on Tuesday, July 24th. You will have an assignment. You will have a discussion forum post for each module. This first module, you'll be working on a technology survey. It's worth 100 points, and you will be doing 1 discussion forum. I put a new article for us to discuss in this discussion forum. I found a very interesting article from the Barna Research Group about mixed emotions and social media. They followed women in particular and found that people have this range of emotions from envy to empowerment. And the question we're kind of getting at is kind of what is your experience with social media and how has faith impacted your decision to use or not use social media? I've found that technology itself is not necessarily good or bad, but the way we're using it really matters. So I hope you find that discussion interesting. Our first module will focus on technology surveys. Our second module will focus on classroom environments, understanding that you could walk into all kinds of environments as a technology educator. Sometimes you have a full lab, sometimes you have just a teacher computer, sometimes you have a teacher computer and a few student computers, or it's a bring your own device, or it's bring a Chromebook. And so we're kind of unpacking the different scenarios that you might walk into and how you would adapt to that as an instructor. The third week, we're looking at electronic tutorials and guides, much like what I am creating here. But so often, teachers aren't necessarily available at a certain time to everyone get together and to teach a skill, and needs are ongoing. And so we need to be competent in the ability to create guides and disseminate them out to the staff that need them on demand. So that's kind of the thought behind that. And then finally, this is the culminating project of this course, and that is a collaborative tech proposal project where you and a partner are going to work together and compare and contrast 2 competing technologies and then make a recommendation for what it is you would adopt. Gathering information, comparing prices, visiting other schools, those are all skills that you use as technology leaders. And so often we need to gather that information in order for school districts to make well-informed decisions. So that is why that is chosen as the final piece of this course. So typically modules begin on a Tuesday and end on a Monday. And that's where we're going to see the dates come into play here. All assignments are due at 11:59 p.m., so you have the entire evening to work on them. So this is a more in-depth overview of the first module. You'll see in bold I have Leader 2A, for example. Those are those updated ISTE standards. Here are the links to what you're going to watch and read about, and then you are going to post this to the forum. Okay, and for your project for this module, you're going to be creating a survey I've used surveys throughout my career to gather information from my colleagues so that we can offer the kind of professional development that people need. This year, in my role as tech integration specialist, I did survey the staff and ask them what kind of needs that they have, if the current services that I'm offering are helpful, or if we need to do something more. And it was very helpful in order to gain their feedback so that people were able to get what they need. You have a choice of how you want to create this, whether you want to use SurveyMonkey, SurveySuite, Google Forms, or Qualtrics. Please note that there's a minimum of 20 questions required, and the reason for that is we want to gather enough information so that you have what you need. And then here's the details about how you would break that down. I've included a rubric for each of the assignments because I want to give you a clear snapshot of expectations ahead of time so you know exactly what I'm looking for and you can work according to the assignment's requirements. I often say that subjects like math and science are more like track and field, where we can clearly see this person came in first, this person came in second, this person came in third. But creative projects are more like figure skating, and there is some interpretation to them. And so I want to give you the best structure and the best information I can so you know exactly how you can be successful in this course. Okay, and then as I said, the second module is about the different spaces you might encounter as a technology leader. And the third module is looking at creating a technology tutorial. And the fourth one is that big comparative project to decide what kind of technology you would like to adapt. And then here's just some further contact information if you should need it, services that are available. All right, if you have any questions about the syllabus, please feel free to contact me. And now I want to talk about a few different options you have for creating your survey. So the one that I'm seeing many people choose to use is Google Forms, and I feel like Google Forms is continually updating, making it easier to use. If you log into Google and you click on the Google Apps and you go down to More, you're going to see this purple icon that says Google Forms, and here it is. And you can start right here. And this is where you can title it Technology Survey. And then under responses, I always like to click on this and create a new spreadsheet. So what happens is that a Google Sheets is created, and when people submit their answers on the Google form, it goes right to here, and it is a nice way to compile everything that you need. So from here, the questions, you can add new questions by just clicking on this plus sign, and then you have the choice of what type of question you would like to add. If you want to duplicate a question because you have very similar things you're asking, just simply click the duplicate button. And if you want to create or require responses such as what is your name, you can click that button. All right, another option that you have is to use SurveyMonkey. Now, you'll note in the assignment directions that you need to have 20 questions, 15 to 20, and I believe the free version of SurveyMonkey only allows for 10. So if you're going to use SurveyMonkey, I recommend that you use perhaps a purchase version, see if your district has one, if you're going to go this route. The other choice you might use is Qualtrics. Qualtrics, if you go to bethel.edu/Qualtrics, you would be able to get to your Qualtrics account, and you just simply click on Create Project and Blink Survey Project. And then you can title it Technology Survey, create project. I like this. It's like SurveyMonkey on steroids. I used it for my